Blood is a specialized connective tissue that consists of fluid, matrix, plasma, and formed elements. If we centrifuge and try to separate the fluid matrix from the cellular components, we will find that nearly 55% of blood volume is plasma, while the rest 45% volume is taken up by the cellular components. Plasma is the liquid or the cellular component of the blood. More than 90% of this fluid matrix is water. It also contains dissolved proteins, glucose, mineral ions, hormones, carbon dioxide, etc., in addition to the platelets and blood cells. The plasma without the clotting protein, fibrinogen, is termed as serum. Cellular or formed component comprises of red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Erythrocytes or RBCs have a biconcave shape and are devoid of nucleus. This shape is significant as it increases surface area for gas exchange and allows the blood to flow easily through the narrow vessels. There are about 4.5 to 5.5 million RBCs present in 1 milliliter of blood. The red blood cells are synthesized in the bone marrows of ribs, sternum and vertebrae at the rate of 1.2 million cells per second. The lifespan of these cells is only about 120 days. Their main role is to carry oxygen to all the cells. Oxygen is bound to the hemoglobin present in the RBC. 95% of the cell protein is hemoglobin. The second cellular component is WBC or leukocytes. They are nucleated, have amoeboid shape, and play a significant role in the defense mechanisms of the body. The amoeboid nature of the leukocytes helps them to squeeze through the walls of the blood vessels in order to engulf bacteria. They do not contain hemoglobin. They number 6,000 to 8,000 per milliliter of blood. The ratio of RBC to WBC is nearly 1,000:1. There are 5 types of leukocytes which are categorized as granular and agranular types. Granular leukocytes are eosinophil, neutrophil and basophils. Eosinophil contains granules that take acid stain like eosin. Their nucleus is bilobed. They number 100 to 400 per milliliter of blood. Lifespan of eosinophil is 3 to 5 days. They play a very significant role in allergic responses. Neutrophil contains neutral staining granules. Their nucleus is 2 to 7 lobed. They number 3,000 to 6,000 per milliliter of blood. Lifespan of neutrophil varies from 12 hours to 3 days. They destroy foreign harmful organisms by ingesting them. This function occurs by phagocytosis or cell eating. Basophils contain granules that take basic stain. Their nucleus is 2 to 3 lobed. They number 25 to 200 cells per milliliter of blood. Their lifespan is 9 to 18 days. They develop into mast cell of connective tissue and secrete important chemicals that play an important role in mediating allergic response. Agranulocytes are of 2 types, monocytes and lymphocytes. Monocytes have a large kidney-shaped nucleus and abundant cytoplasm. They number 100 to 700 cells per milliliter of blood. They become macrophages in tissue upon stimulation and attack pathogenic bacteria. They also feed on dead tissues. Lymphocytes are agranulocytes that are produced in the lymphatic system. Their nucleus is large and occupies most of the cell. Their cytoplasm is basophilic. They have a lifespan of 100 to 200 days. They produce antibody on being exposed to antigenic molecule. The relative abundance of these cells are neutrophil 60 to 65%, eosinophil 2 to 3%, basophil 0.5 to 1%, monocytes 6 to 8%, lymphocytes 20 to 25%. The third cellular component of blood is platelet, which is responsible for blood clotting.